Everybody, this is Ian from Savvy Zen. I'm up here at the beautiful Lee Canyon, a ski resort right outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm not sitting in the middle of the ski lift because there's some grease, in case you were wondering. So today is day 2 of my continuation of doing daily videos for asana and daily videos of just talking about yoga. Today I'm going to talk about becoming an explorer. I think the number one problem with society right now is that not enough people have the courage to go into an exploring phase. People's general exploring phase in life is when they go to college and all they do is like they join a frat or sorority, go get drunk, or they go teach English somewhere, and a lot of their time is occupied. But that has, like I said, a lot of their time's occupied, or they're drunk, or they have these standards, they're going to school. They don't have like an open reign to do what they want. That may seem counterintuitive to a lot of people because everyone has this linear progression. They want to get a job and get a family and do all these things. But, suicides, depression, so many of things are rising. And the reason for that is that the human beings who suffer from those issues can't find clarity about their life and about the world and their environment. A lot of that is because they don't have enough tools in the bag. They haven't explored enough ideas and hobbies and social sciences and going into nature or just kind of doing yoga, whatever it may be, or like meditation, pranayama. They haven't gone up those paths yet and gotten the lessons from those. For instance, I spent a whole year just doing jujitsu. I dropped out of school. I just would work random jobs at like night, be doing security at clubs, so I could just like really explore jujitsu. I had this like calling. I remember like Plato in the Republic talked about how in the Utopia you would have to do like wrestling and gymnastics if you wanted to get to the next level. You'd have to like excel in that because of the physical toughness precedes mental toughness, right? I learned so much from jiu-jitsu. Even though I sparingly do it maybe once a month, twice a month now, I got so many lessons from that about how there's a process, how there's like a start point and then a middle point and then like an end point, right? Like sweep, pass the guard, then submit somebody. You can apply that to any challenge in your life when you're starting, like this continuation of daily videos until I fail, 2 videos a day. I've been like ramping up on this. I failed a few times, correct? I've said it online, like, oh, I'm going to do this, and I've not followed through with that. But now I've like really amassed a lot of my energy and planned more, and I am coming into nature more. I figured more things out with life. Now I'm entering a phase of exploration with my novel and with making videos about yoga, and doing blog posts. This is going to teach me so much for things I think 10 years down the road that may be relevant. When I open my own yoga studio, maybe have online courses. When I am doing things with writing, like writing, doing videos for more writing stuff. I'm going to have so much experience making 2 videos a day. Plus, like, kind of the side writing videos I'm going to be doing also. Entering an explore phase is not bad. If someone tells you that it's bad, like, oh, or they give you that snobbery when you tell them you dropped out of college or you saved up some money, you're not going to work, or when they're like, well, what are you going to do about your resume, or what about college? What are you going to do about that? Cut those people out of your life immediately. If it's your parents and you live with your parents or something, avoid them. That may sound bad, but confront them when you can. Confront them in situations where there's less of a chance of them saying that. Early in the morning, late at night. Don't get stuck at long drawn-out family dinner or at other family functions where everyone's asking what you're doing and that makes your parents feel uncomfortable. Or your spouse. If someone doesn't give you permission to explore so that you can find clarity about what you want to do, then those people need to go. If you don't have the courage to do that, then you're going to be a very miserable person, truthfully. I know so many people who couldn't imagine taking a vacation or not working for 5 years. If I told them, hey, what would you want to explore if you could just explore things? People are like, no, I want to work this pointless job for some corporation building someone else's pyramid. It's like you can gain that same experience and get those same experiences and jump right through those holes. right? If you want to learn how to budget or learn how to manage people or become a better manager, why not try to find the best outlet to do that? And if that is going and doing a job, then that's great. Then do that, but don't be doing that for the money unless that's your main passion in life. And if it's your main passion, then the money is going to follow. The exploration phase has no time limit. If it needs to go on for a few months, a year, a few years, a few decades, then let that happen. Don't let these people tell you that you can't do that. There's so many options like passive income projects and other things that you can just get enough money to scrape by. Right? You don't need to go put 40 hours a week in anymore. And if you do need to put 40 hours a week in, you can do that at home and be like kind of doing a little bit of multitasking, listening to podcasts, and have a little bit better range of exploration while you're doing that. If you need 120 grand a year to go and explore, or 50 grand or 60 grand or 70 grand, you're doing something wrong. You really don't need that much money. What, rent, food, with the internet and the library, with libraries, with torrents, with nature, with the generosity of good people who will take you in and teach you for free or reduce the prices of their apprenticeship programs or whatever because they know you're interested, and keep showing up at other type of stuff and keep pestering them, they're gonna let you in, people. You don't. It isn't about money. You don't need this baseline thing. Look up things like scarcity mindset if you're struggling with this. When you're in that scarcity mindset, literally, you're so worried that your body enters fight or flight mode, where you're using the reptilian brain and the blood is leaving your brain and going into your body. And that's why like people who who are in that fight or flight mode, they always seem twitching. They're always like, because they're always like they haven't accepted that they're safe, that they're okay yet. That's one of the reasons. There's many other reasons why people get like fidgety and crazy, but they haven't accepted that they can get what they want with not that much, and they can do what they want and make as much money as they want. Correct? I've gotten a lot of weird looks, a lot of one of the worst things I've done in the Explorer phase is surround myself with people who don't accept the Explorer phase or like look down at that or are jealous of the Explorer phase. I've gotten so much crap about, oh, well, not all of us can do that. Oh, well, I don't have as much time as you. Everyone has actually as much time as everybody else. We all started however many years ago, and we've gotten this point. We all went through the public education system, which most of us didn't have to work for first 18 years, 16 years of our life. What were you doing then? Were you exploring, or were you stuck in video games and all these other things? And if you were, that's no problem. But look at your life now, and if you're still stuck in these distractions like sports and TV shows and video games and dumb relationships with friends and significant others, then you're in that trap again, and then your time's getting eaten up again, and of course you don't have any time, right? Don't surround yourself with those people, everybody. They will sap the life energy out of you. They'll become energy vampires. I could have gotten so much more done if I would have surrounded myself with other explorers, even if they weren't as cool or weren't as fun or didn't make me, they weren't my old friends, and they didn't give me that level of comfort. I would have read so much more, done so much more, not wasted so much time doing random crap for people, like picking people up and doing this or doing that, and that's fine, but that's for people who aren't organized. When you're in the Explorer phase, you're pretty organized. You're pretty linear. Like I said, there's not that many emergencies or chaotic situations in the Explorer phase because you're not in scarcity mindset anymore. You have everything that you want. It's coming in. You're letting go to the universe to give you what you want. You have an objective plan to feel your objective reality or subjective reality. Then everything works out fine. With yoga, right? Don't be scared to jump into this. Don't be scared to just even do one system like Ashtanga for an extended amount of time and block everything out, block everything else out in life. Look at every podcast. Look at this podcast. Look at Love Yoga Anatomy's podcast, Claudia's podcast. What's their name? Everyone's podcast, right? the Yoga Dispatch podcast, right? Go explore all those things. So many great blogs. Gregor Mall's blog, Simon Borg Olivier's blog, Grimley Hall's blog. So many great blogs to go check out. That will keep you occupied for 6 months to a year. Plus, just all the physical asana stuff, right? There's so much you can learn and so many rabbit holes that you can start going down with. Like I've, getting into Kriya yoga, pranayama, meditation, stuff that if I just showed up at the asana practice every day and didn't enter the exploration phase with Ashtanga yoga, I'd still not know very much about that. All the people who were worried about jobs and were stuck in the consumerism mindset, they have spent all that money basically at that point, and we're all in the same standing. Maybe they saved a little of that, but they went and did things that didn't provide elegant solutions to problems later on down the road that we don't necessarily know we're going to have. Steve Jobs, for instance, took a calligraphy class, just in a lot of other things. I remember this, and he said that later when he was trying to start Apple and they didn't have money for fonts and they didn't the budget was really tight. He did all the fonts. Steve Jobs, who did all these things, he ran the fonts for a long time. That was just from one calligraphy class. He kind of knew in college, after however many months about typography and stuff. I've actually explored into that. I did a little bit of a dive for a few days to look at my website, see what the best fonts are. Oh, a big boulder just fell. Anyway, it may not seem like it's paying off now, and you don't know how it's going to pay off. Don't worry about that. If your intuition is telling you to go for something, go for it. Or if you objectively think this may be something that later 10 years down the road may do me good, like these videos I'm doing right now, then go for it. Cut everything else out. Cut the people out. Stop working as much, or switch your job so that you can be more of an explorer. Make it maybe a little bit, depending on what you do, maybe you need a job that has a different schedule, or you can work from home, things like that. So this is today's video. Subscribe to the channel, please, so that you can check out all the cool daily videos that are coming out twice a day. You may not see them all unless you're subscribed to the channel. Check out our website, savvyzen.com, for an article about exploration, just touching up on some of these subjects, going a little bit deeper. If you really like this topic, the article will be up there. Links in the bio. Thank you, everyone. This is Ian, enjoying a great day up here at Lee Canyon. Peace.